I look exactly like my fiancé's mother. I, a 24-year-old female, have been with my fiancé, a 28-year-old male, for the past 5 years and engaged for the past year. He is the love of my life and we get along very well. He has always had a strange adoration for his mother. He usually talks about how smart, how kind, how funny she is. I always thought it was sweet because I do not have a good relationship with my mother. He often said I have the same personality type as his mother too. We are both INTPs. During our whole relationship, I had not met his family. We live in Germany, they are in the United States. We are currently visiting them now. When I met her, I really liked her. She is 64, so I did not notice a resemblance at first, but when I looked at her wedding photos with my fiancé's father, I really looked like I could be her daughter. Even my fiancé's father pointed it out. We both have curly ginger hair and green eyes, and we both have bangs. We are a similar height and build. It is so eerie. If you compare a photo of her in her youth with me, we look like we could be sisters. His mother is also a fan of red lipstick. Guess what color the lipsticks he buys me are? Red. I asked a few friends what they thought, and they said this obviously cannot be a coincidence. I decided to speak to him before bed yesterday, and I pointed out how similar I was to his mother. He shrugged and said people usually choose partners who are similar to their parents. I did not believe him, but he showed me some articles on Google. I tried to let it go today, but I met some more of his relatives and everyone is talking about how his mother and I look like we are related. His mother finds this whole thing cute and has said my son misses me so much when he is in Germany that he found my lookalike. How do I approach a conversation with him about this again? Or am I just overreacting and should I let it go? I would love some advice. Commenter asked, that is very amusing. Change your appearance and update us. OP responded, I am. I will be using some temporary dye on my hair. Commenter asked, what color are you going for? I feel like dark would be better because you are ginger, so it is a more drastic change than blonde, but if you wanted to go back it might ruin the color maybe. OP responded, I have got a few bottles of brown root spray. It is a dark brown. I'm going to try it out after I wash my hair. OP commented, Sigmund Freud has entered the chat. OP commented, Freud would love him. OP commented, not the Oedipus complex. Commenter asked, do you feel like you have a mothering role in the relationship? OP responded, I do not think so. He works more hours than me and earns more, so he pays for most of our expenses. I handle most of the housework and cooking. Commenter asked, I think you are reading too much into it. I would not stress over it until he calls you mommy during intimate moments. OP responded, you are not going to like what I am about to tell you. Commenter asked, does he call you a mummy in the bedroom? OP responded, sometimes. OP commented, a commenter told me to add this here. I did not want to earlier because it is a bit improper, but he does call me mummy in bed sometimes. Update 1. I posted 5 days ago asking for advice because I realized that my fiancé's mother and I look extremely similar. Most of the advice told me to change my appearance, which is what I did. I managed to find a very nice wig. It has straight brown hair. His sister-in-law installed it for me. I have had it on for 3 days now and my fiancé hates it. He is extremely upset at his sister-in-law for installing it too. I made sure it was a brown that suited me because I am very pale and everyone has complimented it but him. Even his mother said it was beautiful. My fiancé keeps saying it does not suit my complexion and that my ginger hair is much better. I made up a lie and told him that my hair could not deal with the water in the United States. Germany has hard water, but the city my fiancé's family lives in has even harder water, miraculously, so I said my scalp was irritated. He bought a water filter. He refused to have intimate moments with me because I did not look like myself to him. I also stopped wearing the red lipstick. I wore a pink one instead, and all he did was ask if I had a new favorite. I told him that red was his favorite, not mine, and he agreed with that. Yesterday, I removed the wig so I could wash my hair and he walked in on me installing it again. He said that I should not put it back on because it looked terrible and I rolled my eyes and laughed at him. After that, we had a conversation. He said that I looked so much better ginger and he wanted to have intimate moments because we had not done it in a few days because of the wig. I told him I did not know how hair attached to a net prevented us from being intimate. I then asked him why he called me mummy in bed. Disclaimer, I do not enjoy being called mummy in bed, but I dealt with it because I love him. He gave the same response as usual and said it was a particular preference. I said I did not like it and he said that he would not do it anymore, but he was disappointed because as his partner, I should be supportive of his preferences. I said that I would support others but not this one. I then told him I found it extremely uncomfortable that I look exactly like his mother. I said I would understand if we were both gingers, but we look so similar people have mistaken us for being mother and daughter. He immediately got defensive and said that it was just a coincidence. I told him that with the mommy preference it was starting to look intentional. He then finally came clean. He said that he did decide to get to know me because I look like his mother. He said that he first took an interest in me, non-romantic, because the resemblance was uncanny and he was intrigued by it. Then he said he fell in love with my personality, and that is why he decided to ask me out. So he would not have asked me out solely based on my resemblance to his mother. I asked about the red lipstick and he said that he liked red lipstick and he asked his mother for a recommendation, so I guess that checks out. I then asked about him gearing me towards hobbies that his mother has. I like to crochet and bake because he first introduced me to those hobbies, and I found out those are his mother's main hobbies. He said that baking and crocheting are nurturing hobbies and he wanted a nurturing partner. And since mothers are, usually, very nurturing, he wanted a partner with his mother's qualities. And about the wig, he just said he preferred my natural hair. I honestly do not know how to feel about all of this. On one hand, this is weird as heck. On the other hand, his explanations kind of do make sense. I saw a comment on my old post from a ginger saying that she has dated a lot of men with ginger mothers, so I do not know if this means that this is normal or extremely abnormal. He is an amazing and loving partner outside of this, so I'm thinking of getting us couples counseling and postponing our wedding plans. One good thing that has come out of this is that at least I know I look amazing with brown hair too. I would like some more advice and thoughts on this. I am still in the United States with his family, and I still have my wig on. A commenter said, "Honey, honey, honey, he only gets aroused when you look like his mom. Why are you making yourself okay with this? He has literally conditioned you into being her doppelganger, then he lied to your face about it. Why is she okay with this? Do not ignore the uncomfortable feeling. This will get worse when you have children and you do not raise them exactly like mommy did. Get therapy for yourself. Figure out if this relationship really serves you or not. How much of yourself have you changed for him? How much have you given up?" Opie replied, "Why are you making yourself okay with this? I do not know, to be honest. He is my first everything and we have been together for 5 years and everything was perfect until I met his mom. I know that this relationship is a sinking ship now, but some part of me does not want to lose it. Why is she okay with this? She thinks it is cute. How much of yourself have you changed for him? How much have you given up?" I do not think I have changed much, but I probably would not be able to tell. A relevant comment said, "Honey, she is encouraging him to find a replica of her, and that is even more uncomfortable than before. You had hobbies before you got together. What were they? What about friends? 5 years is a long time. It is also a drop in the bucket compared to the rest of your life. You deserve a partner who loves you for you, not because of how much you remind him of his mother. If you stay with him, you are signing yourself up for a lifetime of being compared to her. A lifetime of trying to measure up. Was everything actually perfect, or were you perfect about doing what he wanted? What happens when you say no to him? What happens when you make your own plans? What happens when you change your hair? You have already learned that he will not have intimate moments with you, now that you have pushed back against him a bit. For what sounds like the first time, he is revealing his true self to you. Do you really want to spend the rest of your life with someone who does not see you as your own person? You deserve better than this, truly. A good therapist can help you see that." A commenter said, "Who would not be an amazing and loving partner to the young identical version of their mother who has unknowingly been groomed into taking up the exact same hobbies and wearing the same makeup to fulfill their mommy preference literally every single day? This is beyond creepy. How long has he been preparing you to be his wife and mommy?" Opie replied, "We have been together for 5 years. A commenter said, "How are you not on the first plane back to Germany? This is so creepy." Opie replied, "I looked at tickets and they are very expensive. I'm going to call the airline to see if my existing ticket can be brought forward." A commenter said, "I am not sure if this will be the case with international flights, but you can go to the airport and see if they can put you on standby so if someone cancels, you can get on the next flight. Heck, call the closest German embassy and ask for help. You are trapped in an abusive situation. There is probably a protocol for this." Opie replied, "I will see if I can get put on standby. My fiancé paid for my original ticket, so the money loss is his problem. I have not been threatened physically or abused, except some gaslighting I guess, so I do not think the embassy would care. Update 2. I am currently looking for a flight back to Germany. My narcissistic mother is paying for my ticket, so I have just opened a whole new can of worms, but I will be paying her back as soon as I get my next paycheck. I have packed up most of my things. Wish me luck on finding a direct flight." A commenter said, "Did you end up breaking up with your boyfriend or what is going to happen?" Opie replied, "I told him that I am going back to Germany so I can have time to think. I am probably going to dump him when he comes back.